Welcome back to the channel, everybody. This is Kodeations coming at you today with another video on Skylanders Ring of Heroes. And today, ladies and gentlemen, we got a special video for you guys. We got a collaboration with the one and only Trait. Trait, welcome, man. How are you doing today?
Hey, thanks for having me. I'm very excited to be here.
Yeah, man, that's awesome, dude. No problem whatsoever, dude. I'm just happy that you are willing to come on and talk to us today about your plague slash poison combination and why you think it is absolutely OP. So we're going to be diving into that. If you guys don't know anything about Trait, he did play the game originally back in 2018 version of Skylanders. I believe you also did content back then too, right?
I did, yeah, I did a little bit of content.
Okay, very cool. So now you're kind of like, running underneath the radar right now. Are you still coming back to content, or are you kind of just dabbling a little bit? What do you got going on?
Yeah, for sure. I got a few videos out now, the revamped Skylanders. I've got a few more planned, so definitely more to come. Definitely trying to pump out some more content for sure.
All right, very cool, very cool. So if you guys want to find him, you can definitely check out his link below in the description. I will drop it to his channel. Not only that, though, we do, I believe, have a giveaway, ladies and gentlemen. I believe he is looking to pop off a giveaway. So go ahead and tell them what they need to know about the giveaway, sir.
Yeah, so basically I'm going to be doing $25 gift card. Comment on this video, and then after a couple days we're going to do a poll, and we'll announce the winner, and we'll contact them and hook them up with that $25 gift card.
Very cool. Awesome. Very cool. Well, thank you very much for that giveaway, sir. All right, so we're going to be dropping that giveaway. I will drop the details for that giveaway down below in the description as well. But before we get started, ladies and gentlemen, as always, if you are new to the channel and you want to stay up to date with the latest and greatest mobile games, then be sure to smash that red subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you get a notification every time we drop a video. And with that being said, let's dive right in. Diving right in, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We're going to be taking a look at our official tier list first. So I'm going to go ahead and pop the tier list currently on the screen. Now, this is a tier list that is brought to you by both of us here. We've kind of worked together. We decided for a plague comp, which, we're going to get into in a second exactly what that is. But that's what this tier list is going to be about. So just, don't really look at it in terms of an overall tier list rating between different heroes, but more based upon a plague comp. So with that being said, take it away.
Yeah, so plague comp. So let's talk about what plague comp is. Actually, this is a term that a buddy of mine, gamer dude, 2088, came up with. He was a big fan of Diminish in the 2018 Skylanders, and so now that we've moved on, they've actually buffed Poison quite a bit, which is awesome, and it's kind of allowed a lot of these teams to take appearance here. So plague is the idea that you build a comp around Diminish and Poison. So the idea is continuous damage all the way around, and that's sort of where you get bleeding and you got the poison. So that's where plague comes from. So I actually want to quickly sort of talk about Diminish and Poison and the benefits of both. So Diminish is a flat 30% of attack of your Skylander when it hits, which is great if you're fighting monsters with lower HP, and Poison is 10% max HP of the enemy, or it caps at 50% of your unit's attack. So whichever number is lower there. So obviously, if you're fighting lower health monsters, Diminish might do more damage, but otherwise Poison is going to be sort of a better fit for damage.
I want to interject in here really quick. Okay, so then what exactly, when it comes to making a plague team, I mean, I guess what's the benefits between doing a plague versus doing a poison team? Like if you were just creating a straight poison team versus an actual plague team?
Sure, that's a good question. So the idea around this team actually comes down to really one unit, and it's kind of scary to build a team based off of the luck of getting one unit super boosted and built, but that unit is actually Boom Bloom. There you can actually see her as the first unit there in the S tier list. So Boom Bloom's first ability has the ability to copy all continuous damage, so that includes poison and that includes diminish. So the idea is that you can make use of both of these debuffs across your team in order to copy and increase the damage there. So instead of limiting it to only units with poison, you also can take into account diminish, and that's where the term plague comes from.
I'm just going to pull up her skill here really quick so we can look at that. So it's actually going to be this center one, correct? The germination.
The center one is an AoE poison. The one that copies is actually the first ability.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Yeah, so it hits 3 times when it's fully skilled up, and then it extends the current continuous damage on the target. and then copies that. So if there's 2 poison and 2 diminish, and you'll see in a little bit, we're going to sort of showcase this. If there's 2 poison and 2 diminish on the target, then it's going to copy that, and there's going to be 4 poison and 4 diminish on the target now. It also actually copies explosion, but it doesn't extend it, which is good. So there may be some use for her in an explosion team too.
Oh, very cool, very cool. So yeah, so just to verify on that note, I mean, so it does copy it for the explosion, but it does not, increase its duration or like the time it takes for it to tick off, because that's very important when it comes to explode teams.
Correct. Obviously, you want explosion to go off as soon as it can, so not increasing that is a very, very bad
very cool, very cool. So that's going to be why she is going to be our #1 spot when it comes to the actual tier list. And then it looks like you got, is this Blackout, right? You got Blackout on here too for the second one.
Yeah, Blackout is also great. He actually also has an ability that copies continuous damage. It's his passive. So when it's fully skilled up, if you end the turn with 2 mana left, by default it's 4 mana, but with 2 mana left, you end the turn, it actually copies the damage. So also a really good unit. Obviously, he's going to be a lot harder to build, but the idea with this tier list is that you have unlimited resources, unlimited teams built, and you have all the potential in the world. So Blackout comes in that. He also has a bunch of diminish and poison on his abilities, so it makes him a great person to keep putting those dots on. So having both Boom Boom and Blackout on the team, which is actually one of my end goals here, is to have Boom Boom and Blackout. There's going to be so much dots you're not even going to be able to tell. You're going to not be able to count them. There's going to be so many.
Definitely. And just to verify that too, guys, I mean, if you are free to play and you're watching this video, it's not that a plague team is out of your realm, so to speak, but it's definitely going to take a lot of luck in order to build something like a Blackout and a Boom Bloom on the same team. Now, I mean, I guess you would agree with that too. I mean, it really just depends on what you get lucky with pulling, especially as a free to play player. And then not only that, like I said, I mean, you can definitely check out the other ones we have on the tier list, and take a look at some of the ones that aren't necessarily legendaries.
I did start out with a bunch of gems because I did play before, but there is other builds. I mean, Tough Luck, who's a really easy unit to build, has poison damage. The main thing is really trying to focus on getting that Boom Bloom. The great thing about Boom Bloom is obviously super boosting helps her, but for her to be effective in a poison team, you really just need to awaken her twice.
Okay. Very good to know. Very good to know. And then it looks like you got some other ones here. We can skim through a couple of these just down at the bottom. But so like you fill us in over here. Some of these look kind of interesting to me. You've got a Wildfire down here at C. We've got a Chain Reaction at A, a Pop Fizz at B. All 3 different elements. So fill us in. What's going on there with those guys?
Yeah, so like I mentioned before, basically it all came down to this tier list, to the ability to put on diminish or poison effects and sort of damage based off that. Chain Reaction is an A tier because he has opportunity to put a ton of diminish on. His first skill hits a ton of times, has like a 15% chance to hit every time it hits. So he is going to be a scary unit on a diminish / plague team. The second unit is Roller Brawler. She has an AoE that has a chance to put diminish and poison on, hits all targets. So again, great for wave clear, especially when you're taking advantage of that diminish and poison. And when we come over to Stink Bomb does a ton of single target damage. His first ability has a chance of putting on 2 diminish and 2 poison. The chance of doing all 4 of those is obviously pretty low, but it's 75% chance per hit per debuff, which ends up.
Holy cow, that's really good for a heroic unit. Very nice. And I believe he's on your main comp when it comes to your plague comp. Okay.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah, he's one of my favorite units, honestly. Even without diminish and poison, his first ability has a ton of scale, so it does a lot of damage on its own. But when you add that diminish and poison effect, he does so much damage. It's nuts.
Very cool. Very cool. Yeah, let's just last person I want to talk about here is going to be some of these rare and then premium units down here at the bottom. Now I know that we laughed a little bit about what this when I saw Rattle Shake down at the bottom earlier, but it actually kind of makes a lot of sense. I mean, as a early game player, if you are looking to build, and stack on poison and utilize some of that poison early game, he's definitely a pretty good unit to pick up, especially when it comes to a premium unit. And then you do have Stealth Elf as well. I think a lot of players currently have been trying to incorporate Stealth Elf in a poison build, and I think you even tried at first, didn't you, at the very beginning, or you were messing around with her or something?
I did, yeah. I actually went Tough Luck into Stealth Elf into Roller Brawler instead of Stealth Elf. Stealth Elf does apply poison, but she doesn't apply it as much as I was hoping. My wave clears tend to be a little bit slower with this poison team, but the boss just goes down so easily that I felt sacrificing that tiny bit of wave clear that Stealth Elf's second ability does for the poison that Roller Brawler and diminish that Roller Brawler does is totally worth it. I mean, the great thing about this Plague team is you can start with this. You can start with Rattle Shake. You can start with Tough Luck and put not very many resources in them, obviously, because they're premium units, so they're super easy to build. And then focus all of your stuff into Boom Bloom, who's going to be really the staple of this team.
Right, and that's very cool.
Get more resources.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, and that's really cool. I mean, really, Boom Bloom is the center around this Plague team, like 100%. So I mean, like when it comes to, pulling a Boom Bloom, I mean, technically you can put her with anybody that has has any diminish, explode, or poison. So all right, that's gonna be enough of the tier list, ladies and gentlemen. We will take a screenshot of this. We'll drop this down below as well. If you guys want to check this out, you are more than welcome to. But like I said, just remember, this is not going to be an end-all, be-all tier list. This is strictly around a Plague comp. So we're going to go ahead and hop back over to the actual... I turned my camera off. We're going to go ahead and hop back over here to the gameplay here. And I just want to show you guys that are currently watching out here that are interested in building a Plague team and why we think it is ridiculous. He just showed me, by the way, exactly what the craziness that this team can do. So we're going to hop in here and take a look at this. So we're going to head into the Cyclops Ether. We're going to go to the 5th floor. You want to do 5th floor?
Yeah, let's do 5th floor.
All right, perfect. So we'll hit the 5th floor. He can actually, by the way, clear 6th floor, just so if you're curious. But we're going to hit on that 5th.
Because my head's in the way, but I
Oh, yeah, he did. So there's 2 more stars right here. You just can't see it.
I promise
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Just don't trust him. Don't trust
It's funny 'cause I actually discovered a 3-star
there is 3
in the
stars.
middle of a video, so I was like, oh, that's pretty cool.
Very cool. All right, so we're going to hop in here. Let's take a look at the 5th floor. So for his team formation, he has got Roller Brawler as the leader here. So just increases the critical rate of the team members by 10% in the battle. And then obviously he's got Boom Bloom because that's, like we said, the staple of the team. He does have Stink Bomb, and then he has Flash Wing. Do you want to say anything else about this formation before we dive in? Or
Sure. So the problem with the team that I'm using, this team currently that you're looking at, is the leader skills aren't that great. Obviously 10% crit chance is pretty good. So that's sort of why I have her as the leader. Boom Bloom's leader skill is not great. It's when your team gets crit, you put a reflect 10% damage on, which can help a little bit, but I felt like 10% crit chance would be more useful for this team.
Okay, very cool. Good to know. All right, awesome. And then, yeah, just for anybody that's watching, these are going to be the stats that we're currently running this on. Clearly, this is not a beginner team. This is not how it will start off. You know what I mean? I mean, he's definitely invested a lot of time and grind out into this team. And then not only that, he was part of the compensation. So I know there's a lot of flack when it comes to that. But these are just going to be the base stats. Like I said, I wanted to show you going into the fight so you guys can, verify all that information. For all of our stat junkies out there.
You want to aim for high attack and high accuracy. Crit rate and crit damage don't matter that much on this team, obviously, because most of your damage is going to be coming from poison and diminish. So effect accuracy to land those continuous damage, and attack to increase the damage that those continuous damage actually do. It seems like about 150% is more than enough to land on the C5 boss enough. I haven't done a lot of testing on the C6 boss, but maybe that'll be a future video.
Sweet. Okay, that's good to know. So yeah, like he did break this down. I mean, accuracy and effect accuracy are 2 different things. So if you don't already know and you're currently watching this, the effect accuracy is actually what is going to be utilized to throw debuffs on the enemy. So that does not include accuracy. So just make sure you don't get those 2 confused. So if you're trying to do like poisons diminish, explode, I believe as well, anything like that will fall underneath that effect accuracy category. So especially if you're building a plague team, that's going to be what you're wanting to focus on your main. And then as he said, a secondary would be that attack. So it does way more damage. All right. So anything else? Or are you good?
Nope, that's it. Roller Brawler is still in the works, so just give her a little bit of a break. That's why she
it's not terrible. It's still above 100%, which is really nice. I think that was right around your Flash Wing, which doesn't really matter because hers is an AoE heal and it's going to proc every time. So, right. All right, so we're going to go ahead and pop this in here. We're going to do this. All right, so if you want to break this down a little bit, you can. I'm going to actually, if you don't already know, I'm controlling the skills here for him, but he's going to break it down for us, and then we're going to just basically follow in his lead. So go ahead and run us through this.
So the first thing we always do is use Boom Bloom's second skill. When you awaken her 4-star, this becomes AoE. So originally it's single target, and then it becomes AoE. So it hits the main target you're targeting, and then the target on either side. So we're going to use that on an enemy in the middle. Obviously, the AI isn't that great when it's doing it on its own, but when you're manually trying to get through these things for the first time, this is the way to do it. So the second thing we're going to use here, you can see the poison was applied to all 3 of these enemies, which is awesome. Second thing we're going to do is we're going to use this 1 mana skill from Roller Brawler on the far right guy here. So
just out of curiosity, why are we using it on the far right guy?
So the idea is to clear the edges so that when Boom Bloom's second skill comes up again, we can make the most of it and do the most damage to enemies. Obviously, if we cleared the guy in the middle, either guy in the middle with this ability, the next time it comes up, it's only going to be hitting 2 or 1 enemy.
Okay, very cool. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and pop off that skill.
So that's supposed to land diminish. Doesn't always, obviously, didn't that time. So the next thing we're going to do actually is use Rollerball's first ability. It's another AoE, and it hits all enemies. It has a chance to apply poison and diminish, which is awesome.
Very, very cool. So we're going to use this on the far right guy as well, or you want to go to the left guy?
It doesn't matter because it's going to hit all of them. So you just use it on any of them, and it'll hit all of them.
Yep.
So we landed a couple of diminish there, which is good. You can see that guy in the middle has died. So it's a little bit unfortunate. But now what we're going to do actually is we're going to use Boom Bloom's second skill on the guy second from the right. Just to clear it out, get him gone.
This guy here, right here?
Yep, that guy right there.
Perfect in the middle. There we go. All right, awesome.
And then we're going to use Stink Bomb's first ability on the far left guy. And if we're lucky and he lands it, we might be able to take him out before when he gets his turn. That was quite a lot. Yep, there we go.
Boom. Awesome. Nice wave clear. Pushing through. Literally took 0 damage that round.
So it looks like we are sort of out of AoE abilities. So we're going to start with Roller Brawler's second ability. And this will be a good chance to demonstrate Boom Bloom's first ability. So use it on the far right guy there.
Okay.
Yeah. So let's hope he hits a diminish. So you can see if you click and hold, you'll see that there is a diminish on him. It's for 2 turns.
Yep.
So go ahead and leave that and then use Boom Bloom's first ability on him. Yep.
Okay.
So what this is going to do is it's going to extend that one by 1, and it's going to double the effect. Now he died there, so you won't.
I was going to say we might have to show that on a boss fight because I couldn't even double click on him really quick. Okay.
So we have just enough mana to do both AoE abilities. So we're going to use Boom Bloom's second on the middle guy. Yep. And then we're going to use Roller Brawler's first ability.
Look at that. Look at that RNG, baby. We got the poison on all 3 units. Mm-hmm. All right. And we're going to use this guy on the far left one. Is that what you said?
It doesn't matter. It's AoE. So
oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. It's AoE, so it doesn't matter. Yep.
So we got 1 diminish. So I think once she gets a little more effect accuracy up, she's going to be doing a lot more. The chance for her to hit her dots are a little lower than Boom Bloom's. Yep. So go ahead and use that one on the far right guy. This should take him out pretty easily. Yeah.
Stinky Bomb, man, hitting like a truck.
And then we're going to hit Stink Bomb's second ability on the middle guy there. Or I guess the guy on the right. There's not very many people left out there. So hopefully, if we're lucky, we can go ahead and end here.
And the procs will finish him off. Oh, it didn't.
Not always. It's hard to calculate sometimes because you are limited to health and your attack. We're just going to use... actually, we're going to use Flash Wings to finish off the guy on the right. And then you can actually just go ahead and end, and that poison will take out the guy. That way we don't use abilities.
Sweet. Awesome. Yep, conserving that mana. That's all about conserving the mana, man. Especially when you're trying to clear floors. All right.
Absolutely. So when you get to the boss, when you first get to C5, you're probably going to want to go for towers first. It makes your runs a little more consistent. But since I'm way overgeared for this, we're going to go for the boss only. So we're gonna start with Boom Bloom's second skill.
Okay. And that's going to be that germination, throw the poison on everything if we get lucky. We did get 2.
Look, we got double poison on the right tower, and it did quite a bit of damage. So,
so we got this one here,
which is great. And then we're going to use Roller Brawler's second skill on the boss now. Which we did
get that 2 diminish and 1 poison. Yep.
Awesome. So now we're going to heal up with Flash Wing just to use that last bit of mana, top off.
Yep.
And then it's going to be his turn. You'll see he'll take a little bit of damage. So he took about 3K there. So It's a little bit of damage, but I think we can do better.
Oh yeah, no, we definitely can for sure.
So now what we're going to do is we're going to use Stink Bomb's first ability, and that's going to hopefully put quite a few continuous damage on. So we got 2. Actually, it looks like we got 2 diminish and 2 poison, which is awesome.
Look at this stack. That's ridiculous.
Now what we're going to do is we're going to use Boom Bloom's first ability, and what this is going to do is going to copy all of them. So.
Yep, and as you can see here, it says here, enemy possesses poison effect and copies continuous damage, able to put the enemy in knockdown status. So we're going to go ahead and click this here, and then watch these numbers just quadruple, people. Look at this.
Yeah, if you hold and, I mean, just, that's nuts. And this actually is lacking a couple. I mean, if we had landed all of our dots, obviously this would have done a lot of damage. So,
I know, but look how insane this is. That's ridiculous.
So obviously the potential here is massive. So we can go ahead and just, if you want to throw up the evasion, you can. It's not really going to matter too much.
Sure, but might as well, right? Might as well do it. Let us run through here.
So it's going to be his turn.
Look at this. Look at this drop.
8.7 and 6.7 is what it looked like. And what we'll do here actually is if you want to go ahead and use Boom Bloom's second ability, hopefully we land a couple.
To just stack it back on.
Yep, 2 more poison, and then just end the turn.
So look at this. That's ridiculous.
So
well, there you have it.
Placid coming into play there, literally detonating all of the damage. I will say I highly expect Boom Bloom to have a nerf here in the near future, but for now, definitely taking advantage of her abilities.
You heard it here, folks. You heard it here, folks. Use Boom Bloom today if you got her, because she might be getting a nerf just of how good this ridiculously good Skylander is. So, all right. Well, I think that's pretty much it. Did you have anything else you wanted to add before we hop out of here on the video?
No, I definitely appreciate it. I do want to give a shout out. I forgot to do this when I was going over chain reaction.
Oh yeah,
shout out
no
to
worries.
Malice. He is a huge fan of the chain reaction, and I sort of got the idea of looking at him from him.
Oh,
so
very cool.
Shout out to him and GamerDude2088 for the idea of the term plague comp. Appreciate you guys watching, and don't forget to comment for the giveaway.
Awesome. Yeah, exactly. Yep. So I was actually going to mention that before we close out of here. So that's going to be it for us, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you guys for tuning into the video. This is going to be a video all about the Plague comp. So as always, if you guys have any additional questions about the Plague comp or anything, I know a little bit, just a little bit about it myself. I don't have Boom Bloom currently on my account, so I cannot build her. And if you don't already know, I've been working hardcore on the evasion team. So I will have some videos coming out with that all about the evasion. But like I said, if you guys have any other questions, you can definitely hit Trade Up. He will be more than happy to answer any questions, I'm assuming. And then, like I said, thank you guys for everybody. I mean, Gamer Dude, Malice, Childish, anybody who's gave any information or any insight on some of these additional heroes. And then, like I said, we do have a $25 giveaway that is currently going to be going on with this video as well. And all you need to do to enter that is standard for all my other videos, and that's going to be drop a comment down below. And then that's pretty much it. That's all you got to do. And then we'll wait a couple of days out. Like I said, I will drop additional giveaway information down below in the description of this video. So that's going to be it for us, ladies and gentlemen. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you get a notification every time we drop a video, and we will see you guys on the next one.
Thanks, guys.